Hello everyone, my name is Dylan Erickson, and this is my discussion post for the Scenario 2 in Aviation 326 at Liberty. So the quick scenario rundown for this flight is it's a flight in a jet that was passed from one of our friends. We're going to be flying a local radio DJ host around the city to discover to cover the morning news for the radio show. We're going to use the PAVE model and a couple other skills that we have to determine the risks and the regulations associated with what we're doing. So P, under the PAVE model, we're a commercial pilot taking a flight. It was offered by a friend. We'll get into the regulation towards the end or what it is, but at the bare minimum, it's a sightseeing flight for the radio host itself. We were asked by the radio host to do circles over a car crash at a lower altitude, and we're going to make a decision based off of what we know about low altitude stuff and flying over a congested area, aka a city. As pilot, we're fully capable of doing turns around point, something we've been doing since day one. However, since we are in a jet, they're louder. We got noise pollution. We got MSAs to worry about. And another consideration is the fact that we are in a jet. We're moving faster than a piston plane. We're going to move faster, make a wider turn, unless we decide to bank more. Some of our worries with the aircraft is the fact that, again, it's a jet airplane. We're going to have to bank a lot more to make a tighter turn radius to keep the car wreck in view. Noise is another thing, like I said. Obviously, airplanes are loud in the first place. A jet's obviously a lot louder. And it's just a lot that we have to consider with that. The environment is we're around a city where we're going to assume it's VFR weather. It wasn't really said in the scenario, but we're just going to assume it's VFR. We're going to assume that we don't have to worry about any Class Bravo airspace. We're flying either under a shelf or there's just not too many controlled airspaces that we're worried about. And we are going to be operating around a bigger city with lots of towers and obstructions that might be hard to see. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on the VFR charts. For as simple as something like this can seem, there's a lot of potential questions and things that we have to ask ourselves before doing it, especially with lower circles like we're asked to do. We want to leave a good impression for the DJ because our friend was the one that gave us this flight. Want to leave a good impression for him, make sure that they keep going back to him. If we say no to doing this, it kind of defeats his whole purpose of the flight, so we don't want to let him down. Other external pressures would be the fact of trying to keep the MSA over a congested area alive, which is 1,000 feet above the ground, 2,000 feet aside of any obstacle, as per 91.119B. Sorry, my regulation was covered there. But 91.119 is where we're going to find the MSA for minimum safe altitude over congested area, aka a city, or anywhere there's a person bezel thing is also in 91.119 as well. Again, we have to stay 1,000 feet above the ground, 2,000 feet aside from any obstacle, like a hill, a mountain, a building, whatever it might be, which allows us to tell the DJ after he asks us to do this, a low circles, I'll tell him that I can go 1,100 feet above the ground. That gives me a 100-foot buffer for the MSA. And I will do then I can do turns around that point. I'll tell them that I'm not going to go too steep and we might be going wide, so don't get upset if the car goes out of view for a minute, but we're going to do the best that we can while doing everything safely. We're not going to try to overbank. We're not going to try to do steep turns at 60 degrees, none of that, because we don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable or put the airplane or our passengers at risk, especially because we double the load G's at 60, so we don't want to, or we double the load at 60 degrees of bank, so we don't want to do anything there. Other regulatory concerns is what our operation is. Our operation is we're borrowing a plane, we're taking a passenger up, and it's a sightseeing tour. Which, going over the Sandy Dandy chart, allows us to figure out that we're a Part 91 operation because we are being paid for the flight, jet time, and I assume some money on the side as well, which is compensation as per the FAA. We're not providing the aircraft, they are, and we're just flying it. So using that, we can determine that we're a 91 operation, and those are some of the things that go into consideration. We are the PIC at the end of the day. We make the decision whether we're going to do whatever they ask or not. We don't want to do anything out of our comfort zone, and yeah, thanks for watching.